Back to this pro-marriage rally in D.C. that it was that the 500,000 person march, and they got 1,500 people. Santorum was there, of course. This poor, I mean, what a sad case he is, isn't he? He's doing the same thing. Marriage is a union of a man and a woman. If a union, it is a union between a man and a woman for the purpose of taking two people in unity as one, and secondly, to have and raise children. No other union can accomplish those two purposes. Really? I didn't think a marriage contract could get somebody pregnant. What a jerkwad. Ah. This Jackson character, the Reverend, or Bishop, he's a bishop. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Of the Hope Christian Church. You know how you get to be a bishop in a Christian church like that? You declare yourself a bishop. That's how you get to do it. He said, quote, gender rights and sexual orientation cannot trump the rights of the masses of people who believe in personal liberty and what we want to call natural and biblical marriage, end quote. When these people say stuff like this, I wonder if they're aware of what they're saying. You know, they're claiming a right to personal liberty while at the same moment denying it to other people. And you wonder why I call them Christian fascists? That's what a fascist says. I have a right to send you to a death camp. If you disagree with my right, you're interfering with my freedom. I have a right to carry a goddamn semi-automatic assault rifle into a fast food joint if I want to. And if you interfere with my right to do that, you're denying my freedom. It's just incredible. But that's where these people live in their heads, this swampy, spiderwebby area where that kind of, quote, thinking, end quote, goes on. It's unbelievable. Gender rights. What the hell are gender rights? These people are so focused on penises and vaginas and where does this one go and what's the right way to handle that one? Oh, and they're real focused on anuses too, real focused on that. But they get so focused on body parts. Their heads are down below everybody's belt. Rick Santorum is going to have back trouble for bending over looking at penises and vaginas for the past 20 years, 30 years. I mean, can't you people ever lift your heads up and see where you live? You live on a formerly little blue dot that's turning dusty and musty and poisoned. Can't you get your faces out of somebody else's genitalia or who they sleep with and do something decent for the planet and everybody on it? No, I know you can't. And you gun nut freaks, can't you get your attention away from your precious ass firearm? 'Cause you gotta be armed to the teeth when you go to the grocery store. You never know. And take a look at what's going on and what really needs attention. You silly asses. I mean, you're like children who are just wandering around in a sandbox. 3-year-olds, no offense to 3-year-olds. Who couldn't find their little butts with both hands. Oh, I shouldn't say that to the gun nuts. Ooh. But I mean, just ever, just once. Can you people get your heads up above the belts of the world and just breathe some fresh air, what's left of it? And realize what the real purpose of your life should be, and that is to enjoy life and let other people enjoy life. Because I'll tell you something, you freaks, when you're dead and the maggots and the bacteria are devouring you, gay folk are still going to be getting married. And your ass will be rotting and molding away in some stinky-ass cemetery. Don't you understand that? Man. Oh well. I just, I, you people are just insane. So, there's a whole bunch of stuff here that was at the WashingtonBlade.com. You can read it if you want to. I mean, it's just insane. And then there were some comments at the end of the article that I found more interesting than the article, frankly, from William Tulloch. These are postings at the end of this article. If Rick Santorum really thinks marriage is for the purpose, quote, of taking two people in unity as one, and secondly, to have and raise children, end quote, he might want to alert some of his GOP colleagues about that, like Gingrich, Giuliani, Sanford. Of course, there's one identifiable characteristic of these politicians who reach out and try to twist the knobs on these Christian evangelicals. And the one identifying characteristic, whether they're male or female, that is simply immutable is their hypocrisy. It's not their love of the baby Jesus. It's not their respect for the idea of spiritualism. It is their hypocrisy. They are covered in it. They are saturated. It's a wonder to me these people can even move from the weight of their hypocrisy. But it's there all the time. How about Mr. Fourth Wife and Still No Kids Limbaugh? Ooh, Rick, to have and raise children, people in unity as one. Lloyd Shipley writes, if they think that all children deserve moms and a dad, then why don't they stop getting divorced? Why? Be careful, Lloyd. You're asking a question that will throw them into spasms. They'll go into convulsions. They'll wind up on the pavement jerking and reaching for a cross someplace to condemn you and spray you with holy water. Why? Yeah, why don't these people, instead of working against marriage equality, if you're so concerned about it, why don't you get a constitutional amendment that mandates marriage? Or, no, that outlaws divorce. Do that. Yeah, right. Some of these comments are just funny as hell. You should go to WashingtonBlade.com and read this. Oh, here's from a Lois who writes, of course, she's writing to these anti-marriage equality people. She says, of course you're losing your struggle because it's a stupid struggle to be in. What is it with these people? Oh, for Pete's sake, pick another hobby, or better yet, do some good. Rally against violence and war. Raise money for the poor. Adopt a disabled child. I don't know, pick something productive to do that will benefit others and leave gay folk alone. Your God will smile and give you a pass on your failure to harass people who have every right to have your every right. I promise. And Dieter writes, 1,500 people? Seriously? Watch when Denver holds its Pride Fest tomorrow. There will be between 200 and 300,000 attendees. More than 2,000 people will be on the floats of the parade alone. Oh, Jesus, so to speak. So, for the folks who used to get a tad weirded out because, I try to keep the church stuff for church night, Wednesday night. But it's permeating everything. It's like black mold. It's like a fungus that is just spreading all over the planet, this religious insanity, while the planet is trying to shed itself of the entire human species. The human species continues to use their superstitious beliefs in supernatural beings and stuff that flies through the air and walks on water and gets vomited by a whale and has talking snakes and whatever. Meanwhile, the planet, if it could talk, would say, you know, I am over you people. I am going to do whatever it takes to eliminate every last one of you. You had a chance, you blew it.